After 2 days of fishing with the incredible team at Glowbite and catching a stunning amount of fat snapper and a great variety of other fish too, we finally head back to shore to do what we do best: cook a delicious wild table feast, that is. So, on this episode, we'll show you 3 different dishes that'll be sure to impress some guests. We do fish sliders and curry mayonnaise, seared kingfish in orange and soy, and a dazzling kingfish sashimi. Quick, simple, and wildly delicious. Alright, so we're back on land, obviously, and we have a whole container of just amazingly fresh fish right in front of us. Here on the left hand side, it's all kingfish, and then on the right hand side, snapper. And thankfully, today I don't have to do everything myself. I've got a couple of helpers, so I'm going to be delegating some tasks. Wes is already onto it. We've got egg, flour, and a panko crumb. I'm going to use a Fog Dog panko crumb today. I heard that these guys are real good. So, while the fish is being prepared, and Wes over here is essentially getting all the snapper fillets all crumbed up and ready to go in the pan, and Dylan was working on the kingfish and getting it all nice and presented. I'm just going to whip up quickly I'll do this from scratch if I had the time, but we're just going to use store-bought mayonnaise and some curry powder, make a nice curry mayonnaise, because that just goes beautifully with those fish sliders. I'll chuck some mayonnaise in a jar, and then add a bunch of curry powder to it, and just mix it all up, and it just works. It's just a beautiful little accompaniment. Okay, so the snappers all prepared. Now for the kingfish, it's actually easier because we're just going to sear it, but we're going to sear it in a liquid that's comprised of orange sauce, lime and lime zest, garlic, soy sauce, and a little bit of sesame oil. So I'm just going to combine all those things in this bowl right over here. Then we're going to take it to the fry pan, and we're going to sear the kingfish off with that sauce. Okay, cool. So the third dish for the evening is going to be a kingfish sashimi. However, I'm not doing that. Dylan's going to take that part.
Yeah, so I've got some fresh kingfish from earlier, and I've sliced it quite thick because I'm doing a light sear with sesame seeds and with a cast iron fry pan with some olive oil in it already. So I just want to, put a real light dusting of these sesame seeds on it and then just sear it. But the key is to do it real gently. You don't want to put too much on it, otherwise it'll cook right through. You still want that fish to be raw through the center and just have an outside, crispy layer. Looking good, golden brown, right through, but not cooked right through. That's always good. But all over and on the outside, those sesame seeds are crispied up, and should look like toast. Not burnt toast though. Yeah, it's pink in the middle still. It's very lightly cooked.
Alright, so while young Dylan is getting his sashimi all prepped up and ready to go, I've just heated some oil in a sort of a deeper frying pan, and we're getting the snapper all fried up as well, so that we're good to go. And then last thing, we're just going to do the kingfish sear. Now if you're going to sear something, cast iron really should be your first choice. If you don't have cast iron, obviously choose something else, but I really like cast iron because you can get it really, really hot and it just does the trick. We're looking for just a little bit of smoke coming off the pan, not to the point where you're going to set your kitchen on fire, but just a little bit of smoke coming off, because it tells you that the pan is just hot enough to start burning the oil, and that'll be the perfect temperature to get a nice, strong, crispy sear into your meat or fish. Pretty much all done. I've just cooked the fish so it's still raw on the inside, and then we've given it that sesame seed crust on the outside. I'm just going to stick it into the hot pan once more time, probably 20 seconds or so each side, just to give the sesame seed a little bit of toasting as well. Okay, I'm dying to dig into this, so I'm gonna keep this brief. We have seared kingfish, we have snapper battered and good to go with a nice curry mayonnaise to go into these sliders, and Dylan made us a beautiful sashimi over there as well. And we got this dipping sauce, which I didn't talk about before, which is simply orange juice, soy sauce, a little bit of honey, and some lime. Guys, thank you so much. This was an amazing day. I really enjoyed being out there and fishing with you guys and catching this amazing dinner.
Sure.
Thank you.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. All right, let's eat. And this is another prime example of what I love so much about harvesting wild foods. Not only is it a chance to experience a freshness and a fullness of flavor unparalleled in this world, but also, and perhaps more importantly, it is a reason to come together. I often refer to food as the common denominator, by which I mean it is the thing that we all share irrespective of color, race or religion. We need to eat. And I believe that the primal pursuit of sustenance forges bonds amongst people that not much else in this life does. I've dedicated my life to this, and the human experiences I get to witness along this road less traveled continues to blow me away. This was one of those experiences.